Welcome to Mountain Crest High School in Hyrum. Tonight, the Mountain Crest Mustangs taking on the Logan Grizzlies on the Game of the Week on the Valley Channel. Just finished up the national anthem here in Hyrum on a beautiful, beautiful Labor Day weekend Friday. I mean, I don't know if you can get much better than this. Whoever ordered up this weather did a good job. Mountain Crest 2-0, averaging 50 points per game. Logan 1-1, averaging 33 of their own. So this could be a shootout, but that that Mountain Crest defense, yeah, they're giving up 4 points per game. They've given up 1 touchdown this season. Talking to Coach Visser about this Mountain Crest team, he said, defensively, our tackling has been really good. There hasn't been a lot of yards after the catch. Offensively, our passing game has been working. We've got a lot of drops. We have to work on that. And when I asked him about specific players, the guys that he talked about, he said, Carter Egbert's flying around. Dewey, our nose guard, he's doing a good job in the middle. He mentioned Braden Larson, the quarterback. Kel Olson and Brady Muir on offense. Of course, Brady Muir got shoved into a starting quarterback role last year with the injury of their quarterback Braden Larson in that game against Logan, a 20-15 win for Mountain Crest. And he's a kid that they've got playing both ways. He's a heck of an athlete, he said. They're out there for the coin toss. Looks like Bruce Allen, the white hat tonight, a longtime official, says that Mountain Crest is going to receive, and they'll be going north to south. I asked Coach Visser about the Grizzlies. They're coming off a tough ball game where they didn't give up. They were just outmanned, and they had a big win to open the season. He said, keeping focus is not an issue. Last year it was a close game. He said they play hard. It's their only in-valley game, so they're going to be ready for this one, and we'll be ready for it as well. There were a few players that got nicked up for the Grizzlies last week in that game against Granite. Of course, we did that ball game last week, but talking with Coach Butts, he said that they've got pretty much everybody back that was kind of dinged up. He said, but there are a few people that are still a little dinged. Mason Bishop, he's their right tackle. He's going to be out, but everybody else is holding together. And that is a concern for Logan to lose an offensive lineman. That's been the work in progress for the Grizzlies, is their offensive line. They returned a bunch of skill position players, but they're still trying to figure out what they're going to do along that offensive line. Cale Olson, number 7. Owen Isom, number 10. And Brady Muir, number 12, will join Brock Hunter, number 1, as your 4 deep. With Olson and Isom back at about the 8-yard line. Getting set to take the kickoff from Ezekiel Taylor. Taylor, the kicker and a defensive end for this Logan team. He's played well the first couple of weeks. He was their player of the week defensively in their opener. We're set to go here in Hyrum as Taylor kicks it off. This one's going to go to the end zone, and the Mustangs will get first crack at it. They'll start at the 20-yard line, led by Braden Larson, number 8. 57% passer, 480 yards, 8 touchdowns, no interceptions. Again, he got dinged up in this game against Logan last year. You can bet that he's had this one circled on the calendar. Mountain Crest looking sharp in those all orange. Leaning into the orange of orange and blue. And they've got those nice helmets with the old logo. That's the original logo for Mountain Crest High School at midfield and on their helmets. That running horse. Larson's going to fire away, going up top early, looking for Olson. Hauls it in at midfield. 30 yards on the button for the Mustangs. I mean, Larson couldn't have done better if he'd run out there and handed it to him. The DB was there. He was running right with the receiver. But the pass was just too good. And now it's 1st and 10 at midfield. 2 backs in the backfield. Up inside goes Ramos. 6 feet, 210 for the senior. And he picks up 3 yards. They've had 6 different guys run the football this season so far. They've shown up in the stats. Ramos and Egbert come off. Larson's their rushing leader. About 7.7 yards per carry, 132 yards. He had 75 yards rushing last week against Uinta to go along with 5 passing touchdowns. Here's the quick little swing out to the tight end. Has good blocking. He's down near the 1st down marker, and he has the 1st down. Needed 7, he got 8. That's big number 9, Passy. Kai Passy, 6'4", 220 pounds. Another senior on this Mountain Crest squad. They find Passy again. Passy picks up 9. Drive started with a 30-yard pass from Larson to Olson. Put it right on him, and now they're in a spread look. Egbert in the backfield with Larson. Larson going to give it to Egbert on the delay. Egbert looking for an opening. Logan digging at that football. Egbert keeps a hold of it and picks up the 1st down. He picks up about 5. The Mountain Crest, a methodical drive downfield. Started at their own 20. They're at the Logan 26 with a fresh set of downs and 10 minutes on the 1st quarter clock. Ramos in the backfield. Logan comes flying off sides. Did anybody flinch in orange? They did not. And 5 the easy way for the Mustangs. First and 5 is about as ahead of the sticks as you can get. Clements, the lone receiver to the far side, 3 to this near side. Olson on the outside. Passy, your inside receiver. Crofts running with him. Wide open downfield. And overthrown is Micah Clements. Clements, another returning baller from last year. I mean, when you return 8 out of 11, almost everybody's returning, and that's a nice luxury to have. You just don't get that anymore. You're certainly not in college. You return more guys in the pros now than you do in college. And of course, high school's always been like that, but that's just because kids graduate, not because they get taken out of the portal, and now the officials blowing the play dead before it starts and having a discussion. It's 2nd down. They were checking the yard markers, it looks like, and it is 2nd down. Turn and hand it to Egbert. Egbert right up the middle behind those big offensive linemen, and it's a 1st down. 9 yards for Egbert. Mountain Crest, some pretty good size up front. And Passy's your tight end at 6'4", 220. He's the smallest guy up there. They're going to pitch it and try to get outside. Huerta picks up about 4. Santiago Huerta, following his brothers through the program up here. He's had at least 2 brothers that have played up here before him. I believe both of them ended up playing on the next level. They're feeding those Huerta kids plenty of Fruit Loops. They're all good-sized kids. 2nd and 7. Muir goes in motion. They fake the give. Larson's got all sorts of running room ahead of him. He had a blocker and didn't even need him. Touchdown, Mountain Crest. 11 yards for Braden Larson. Seosi Tupola was out in front of him. 6'1", 280 pounds, looking for somebody to hit. And he didn't even have anybody to block. Huge hole. And Larson finds pay dirt, and the Mustangs find the lead. 7-0, Mountain Crest on top early, 8:12 to play in the first quarter on the Valley Channel's Game of the Week. Hey, we've got a ton of great sponsors for the Game of the Week on the Valley Channel. Some of these folks have been around for years supporting local high school students and athletes. KSM Music, one of them. It isn't just about the gear. They offer music lessons for all ages in private studios, including expert instructors in guitar, bass, drums, ukulele, banjo, mandolin, and piano. They teach theory, songwriting, and production. The rates start around $30 per lesson or $100 per month. It's KSM Music, a Game of the Week sponsor. 80 yards for the Mustangs. Looking sharp in their opening possession. Now they'll turn it over to the Grizzlies. They get set to kick it off. Brenton Lishman, kicker, sends it down to the 2-yard line. Taken there by Colt Red, and Red out to the 21, and that's it. Logan will take over now, trailing 7-0. Last week, Jace Pingree was returning kicks. They kicked it away from Pingree, number 7, because he had a huge night returning kicks last week against Granite. I say Granite, I meant Granger. Got half the word right. Easton Favero, son of Logan, great former head coach Mike Favero, the junior in the backfield. Tell he's put on a little bit of size over the summer. And one thing Logan would love to do is get some sort of running game going, but they didn't on that play. Loss of a yard, trying to go right up the middle with Birch. And that's what really hurt Logan last week. They just couldn't do anything against a big Granger defensive line. Mountain Crest with that 3-man front. And Logan became one-dimensional. They just had to throw the ball, which is what they do here. And Huerta gets there just as the ball does. And it's no gain for Birch. Third down for the Grizzlies. For Mountain Crest. Not on my roster. 99 for Mountain Crest playing nose. And he's a big one. 3rd and 11. Egbert into the backfield. Favero to the sideline. Nean comes up with it. And Nean got pushed back. If he catches it, it just goes right out of bounds. And here's a flag late. And this might be a first down for Logan. There's a little bit too much chicanery going on the sideline. Meehan went backwards. Even if he doesn't, he only picks up about 5, but because he went backwards, he ended up losing all the way back to the line of scrimmage. And I think Logan might be picking up a first down here off that flag. On an unsportsmanlike call, let's see, personal foul against Mountain Crest. So the Mustangs with just a little bit too much juice. And they end up giving Logan a first down. Bunch formation to the top of your screen, and Favero's going to keep it as they try to spread that defense out. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, and now another flag. There's a lot of yapping going on in there. And it's just really not needed. And it looks like Logan's going to pick up another cheap 15. Meehan was out there clapping about it. Unsportsmanlike conduct on Mountain Crest. So 30 yards worth of penalties on this possession. Officials will usually let a little bit go, but there's a few key phrases that they shut things down, or they throw the flag when some of those get tossed out. So they run that bunch formation again. Mountain Crest in tight. They're bringing one off the edge, and Favero looking. Not much there, so he's going to take off. He's going to pick up about 5 yards. And everybody behaved themselves on that play, so no penalties.
And there is no flag on the play.
Ball at the 45-yard line of Mountain Crest. 7-0 Mustangs with 5.5 to play in the first quarter. Logan showing that bunch formation again as they flip it to this side. Didn't show this last week. Favero's looking downfield. Time runs out, and the Mustangs bring him down. A 2-yard loss for Favero.
Third and 7 for the Grizzlies.
Kai getting the tackle there. Kai. 6 feet, 225 pounds senior. Number 3. Playing that defensive end. Back judge throwing a flag, too much time. Logan took too much time, so they're going to get backed up 5 more. The last time they had a third down, they didn't make the line to gain, but they got the first down courtesy of a flag from the officials for a personal foul on the sideline. Now they have 3rd and 12, and the Mustangs, I'm sure, will try to be on their best behavior on this next play. Back-to-back 15-yard penalties really dug Logan out of a hole. Again, that punch formation to this near side. Favero, a 3-man rush, and they're getting through. He throws it out there. He's got his man. It's through the hands of Colt Red. 4th down. with a 3-man rush. 2 Mustangs were able to get right in Favero's face, and he had to throw it off his back foot. Pressure up those A gaps is a quarterback's worst nightmare. Everybody thinks about defensive ends coming off the end. No, it's pressure up the A gaps and being right in that quarterback's lap. It's really going to mess things up. Ball's free. They did not call for a fair catch. I think Mountain Crest got on it. Logan says they did, but it looked to me like one of the Mustangs was there. And it is Mountain Crest ball. Hyrum couldn't haul it in. And the Mustangs with a 7-0 lead take over after that punt with 4:18 to play in this first quarter. They looked good offensively, again, averaging 50 points per game to start this season. Late pressure coming after Larson. Larson somehow escapes. Downfield he slides, feet first to a first down. That's so disheartening as a defender. They brought a little heat. They were running some games up front. They looked like they had him hemmed in. And then Larson stepped up and found an escape route and picked up the first down. Crofts and Clements, the top of the screen. Olsen, the receiver to this near side. Larson unloads, and it was tipped at the line of scrimmage. Knocked down, it looked like by Raiden Nelson. Raiden Nelson, the senior linebacker, number 34. Larson 3 of 5 on the night. It's 2nd down and 10. Pressure coming. Larson has time. Finds his man, Clements. And Clements picks up 9. It'll be 3rd and short. Clements' first grab of the night. Mountain Crest did not have a 3rd down attempt on their first drive. Well, this is their first look at 3rd down tonight. I would imagine it's 4-down territory at 3rd and 1 if they're unsuccessful here. Now they flip the strength and take Clements to the top side. They're going to pitch to Egbert and run in behind a bunch of blockers. Egbert looking for the edge, stiff arms one man and picks up a first down. 4 tough yards for Carter Egbert. 6 feet, 205 pounds, good sized back, especially for high school. Now Huerta, the running back. Now Crest comes out in the spread. Muir in motion. High snap, Larson goes and gets it. Give it to Huerta. Huerta fights his way forward for 3. Good job there by the Logan defensive front to wrap him up for a short game. Looked like Bostock. Quick snap, here we go. Out to the edge to Muir. He's got a blocker. He picks up a couple. And it's 3rd down. 3rd and 5 as Mountain Crest goes tempo. Larson. Braden Olsen chasing, and now he slips out. Has a block downfield. Huge block and a flag coming in, and I'm not sure why. Kai Passy just buried the defensive back, and it looked like a textbook block, and a flag came in. So let's see. It ends up being a run of 17 yards. And they call a hold. Oh my goodness. Coach Ryan Visser doesn't agree with it either. We saw one of those in the opener with this same crew where it looked like a guy downfield. He had that defensive back right up inside on that chest plate on those pads, was just driving him around like a car, which is, you know, the way they teach you to block. You just can't get outside, but the official saw something that we didn't from way up here, and it comes back. 3rd and 2, give it to Egbert. He says, fine, we'll just run it down this way. And there's a flag back at the 40-yard line, and Clements may get called for a hold. Flag back at the 40, bring back another huge play. Holding on Mountain Crest. That is 4 big penalties in this first quarter on the Mustangs. 3 of them wiping out big plays, 2 offensively and 1 defensively. Coach Butts for the Grizzlies is out on the field talking to the white hat. He should be happy. So Clements just too much jersey. Didn't see that one, but it was around that edge that Egbert ran. 3rd and 8. Well, let's see if it's 3rd time's the charm for the Mustangs with 1:20 to play in the first quarter. Ball at midfield, Mountain Crest leads 7-0. Logan trying to get off the field. And the Grizzlies have 6 up in the box. Here they come. There's going to be another hold. Another hold's coming. Knocked down. That could have been a defensive penalty. And one of the Mountain Crest offensive linemen had a hold of one of the Logan defensive linemen. And you could see that from up here. Just stretched his jersey, so you knew that was coming. But at the other end, why the crowd's booing is it looked like Clayton Wilkie got away with a little bit of contact of his own. Logan's going to take this. That's interesting. So instead of 4th down and 8, Logan's going to make it 3rd and, 18? Maybe feeling like, look, Mountain Crest is just going to go for it on 4th and 8. We might as well back them up some more. 3 straight holding penalties against Mountain Crest. They've got 5 penalties for 60 yards. Larson gonna roll near side. Got a man underneath. He's gonna go second level to Olsen. He picks up 10, 12, 13 yards. It'll be 4th down. Mountain Crest, 4th and 7. And the offense stays on the field. Clements and Crofts to the far side. Olsen and Passy will stack to this near side. Both receivers on the stack. Egbert stays in the block. Going up top, wide open is Clements, and Larson misses him. He's wide open running down the sideline, and Larson put just a little bit too much air under it. And the Grizzlies get off the field as Mountain Crest turns it over on downs. Six of 9 for Larson, 71 yards. He ran for the game's only touchdown. 48 seconds left in this first quarter, 7-0 Mountain Crest. Penalties Or the name of the game for the Mustangs early. That killed that drive. Mountain Crest was twice down inside the 25-yard line and twice had penalties bring back those big plays. See if Logan can shore up their offensive front. Easton Favero was running for his life on the first possession. They run that quick game, looking for Pindry. And Adrian Garfias is right there. Logan likes to run that quick game, get that quick hit pass game. And Mountain Crest is sitting on a lot of the short stuff. And, you know, you'd think, well, maybe they can take a shot, but they got to get the time to take a shot again. Three-man run, and they're in tight. They throw it out there to Ward. Ward on a little screen, picks up 3. Logan doesn't have to run another play here in this second quarter, and I don't think they're going to. They're going to head to the sidelines and talk about what to run on 3rd down and 8 as the first quarter runs down here in Hyrum. Mountain Crest 7, Logan nothing. You're watching the game of the week on the Valley Channel. This game's proudly brought to you by Custom Fence. Crafting custom fencing solutions since 1971, from residential wood and vinyl to commercial and specialty security fences. Custom Fence, quality, locally trusted. Trying to figure out during that timeout, Mountain Crest has their nose guard, big number 99, is Neil Dewey. He's not on the roster that we've got, and he is a load playing at nose. And Coach Visser talked about him when I talked to him yesterday. Time for Favero, and then his receiver is run over. The receiver just stopped and turned for it, and the defensive back was closing hard on it and then ran into him, and that's an easy one. So that's going to be 15. Another big penalty against Mountain Crest. Their 6th penalty of the evening. Dewey, 6'4", 241 pounds, anchoring that defensive line. He's number 75 on the roster that we've got. They're telling us that's 99 out there. It's interesting how Mountain Crest is playing with this 3-man front. It's almost like this little double eagle where they're just pinching them right inside, and then they're bringing those linebackers more wide. They're playing it pretty tight inside. Outside to Nin, and he drops it. He was looking to run before he hauled it in. He's been sure-handed for the Grizzlies, but not that time. You won't see him do that much. 11 receptions, 220 yards, 20 yards per catch, 3 touchdowns for number 5. The senior, Kate Meehan. 2nd and 10. Favero starts this game 2 of 5 for 3 yards. But the Grizzlies are only down by a touchdown as we are just 10 seconds into this second quarter. Mountain Crest rushing 3, plenty of time for Favero. He looks underneath, Pindry loops back for it, then steps out of bounds after a gain of about 3. 3rd and 7. Favero was looking downfield. The Mustang defensive backs had everybody covered. Roman Funk on this near side, Garfias on that far side. Muir back at safety. Brock Hunter, the other safety, and they're playing a linebacker way back, almost like they're playing 3 deep safety. Swing it outside to Birch. Huerta gets off of his block, misses the tackle, but Egbert comes to clean it up. And it's a 2-yard gain, and it'll be 4th down for Logan. The Grizzlies on the Mountain Crest 30-yard line. I don't think Taylor's got the leg for a 47-yard field goal. And Easton Favero hustles back to the huddle and calls the play, and they're not going to get to the line until, well, there's 8 seconds on the clock. They may call a timeout. Birch in motion. They get it off with 1 second on the clock. He looks at the motion man. Favero throws it as he is walloped. Dewey just about came up with the INT, and then we would have had a big man running. Favero trying to buy himself some time. Nobody coming open downfield, and then time ran out, and he was hit as he threw it. And on 4th down, Logan walks off the field without the necessary yardage. Mountain Crest had their last drive short-circuited by penalties. Their first drive was a thing of beauty. It was surgical. This is the 3rd week of high school football. A lot of the kinks have been worked out by now for most teams. Larson, pressure coming. Down he goes. Bostock, the first one there. 6-yard loss for Larson. Both teams now with a quarterback sack. 2nd and 16 for the Mustangs. Larson goes all the way to the sideline to get the play. Larson, not a big quarterback, 5'10", about 190 pounds, so not little, but I guess not tall. Put together pretty solid. They're going to pitch this one out to Huerta. Huerta steps out of one, tackle down around the ankles, picks up the sack yardage and a couple more. 9 yards for Huerta. 3rd and 7.
3rd and 7 for the Mustangs.
Mountain Crest 1 of 2 on 3rd downs here in this first half. Clements, the lone receiver, to the near side. Larson rolls away from him. Looks downfield, easy does it to Olsen. Cale Olsen picking up 11. Olsen now with 3 catches, 54 yards. Larson 7 of 10 for 82. Clock stopped as Olsen stepped out of bounds. Swing it over to Clements to the wide side. Grizzly defensive back was right there. Clayton Wilkie read that and came up hard on it. Now to see if Coach Visser goes back to that and they fake it and then send somebody upfield. Loss of 4. That's what's fun about football, right? You try one thing, you see how the defense reacts to it, and then you can come back to a counter on it later. Four-man rush. Larson flushed out of the pocket, runs by Graydon Olson, who continues after him and ends up bringing him down after a gain of about 5. So it'll be 3rd and 9. 4 carries, 21 yards for Larson. Seven on the line of scrimmage for Logan. And they're bringing them all. They're going to run on 3rd and 9. Egbert tries to swat away Wilkie and he can't do it. Gain of 3. It's going to be 4th down. 4th and 6. Fourth and 6, and the Mustangs appear to be punting the ball. Let's see. Your quarterback's back there at punter. Crofts is the up man. And they're going to throw it. Wide open is Muir. Walker's downfield. Muir pops it outside. On 4th and 6. Pickup of 40 yards. Now a heavy backfield. Turn and hand it to Huerta. Huerta puts his head down and gets inside the 10, down to about the 8, let's say 7-yard line. 5 yards for Huerta. It's killer if you're Logan. Larson's the quarterback. He didn't even appear to punt. He just took it and tossed it. Larson's got running room. Now it closes down and he steps out of bounds after a short game, 3rd down. Third and about 5. 6:11 to play in this first half. You get a Mount Crest team that's been putting 50 points a game up on the board. They put 38 in the first game and 62 in their second. They've only scored 7, but Logan hasn't scored. That Mount Crest defense has only given up 8 points all season. Egbert puts his head down and bulldozes in from 8 yards out. Nothing fancy for Mountain Crest right there, just big boy football. Logan thought they had gotten the Mustangs off the field for the 2nd straight time. Instead, Brenton Lishman's lining up for another PAT. It's good. With 5:53 to play in the first half, it's Mountain Crest 14, Logan 0 on the game of the week. If you're craving a quick bite, Wendy's of Logan has your back with meal deals loaded with fresh burgers, crispy chicken, nuggets, fries, and don't forget about the Frosties. All that game time energy you need. Plus, they're cheering for your student athletes as well, supporting local high school sports all season long, year in and year out. Big value, bigger community spirit. That's Wendy's of Logan, a Game of the Week sponsor. So the Mustangs pull out a play from their bag of trickeration on 4th down. They fake the punt, pick up 40 yards, and then put the ball in the end zone. Lishman getting set to kick off. In green, red, back. Pingree going to let it go over his head. And Logan will start at the 20 now, trailing 14-0. Other scores in Region 11. Ridgeline leads Brighton. They're at Brighton, 14-0. Green Canyon leads Pleasant Grove in the second quarter, 7-6. Tooele leading Cypress. Stansbury leading Uinta, and Richfield leads Deseret Peak. All three of those schools new to Region 11. So it's the Valley schools minus Logan, plus Bear River, who lost last night to Box Elder, and those three schools from out in Tooele Valley. Logan now finding themselves on the short end of a 14-0 score. 5 receivers as they spread it out. Haven't been able to run the ball. That's what happened last week. They got to be one-dimensional. Pingree separates at the last second but can't get there. And that time, Favero had time against that front of the Mustangs. Have been giving him fits. Again, they've been playing that tight with the nose, and then those two ends have been playing in tight. And they've just really been trying to get a push right into Favero's lap. And for the most part, they've been able to do it. Kai, Ramos, and Dewey. Now this time they all line up, all three of them, to the offensive left, and now they shift back to the middle, right before the snap. Favero, a little bit of running room, and then Egbert comes up and takes him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain, 3rd down. Looked like Favero was maybe trying to think about what kind of move he might try to put on Egbert. And Egbert shut that idea down in a hurry. Playing that inside backer spot. Came at it like he had been shot out of a cannon. Huerta alone on this near side. 3 lined up to the offensive left. This time they don't shift. Setting up a screen, and they had the play called. That play works, except for one problem. Easton Favero is on his keister. Back to 5-yard line because Huerta got in there before it could set up, and Favero just had to get rid of it. Mountain Crest not as big as Granger was last week. Except for Dewey. He's as big as any of those guys. But they are giving Logan fits up front. Good kick. Fair catch called and made. Isom back at the 44-yard line. 45-yard line is where they'll set it. 4:56 to play in the half. Mountain Crest leading 14-0. So Logan scored 47 in the opener. They scored 19 against Granger last week. They missed on a couple of PATs. So they've scored 66 points on the season, but they've given up 68, 54 of them last week. Turn in hand. Huerta has 9 yards. I told somebody today that they were asking me about Mountain Crest, a Mountain Crest grad, asking me, saying, hey, people are talking about them. They seem to be getting better. And I said, yeah, Ryan Visser's got them playing well out here in Hyrum. And he said, what kind of football do they play? And I said, they play big boy football. They play no nonsense, punch you in the mouth football. And that's what they're doing tonight. Larson over the top. Clements, can he come up with it? Wilkie is there. Tie goes to the offense. And it's a tie. 23 yards. Logan jumped, and they did. Logan's first penalty of the second quarter, third of the half. 11 of 14, 143 yards for Larson. He has yet to find the end zone. Maybe on this play, quickly to Crofts, down to the 2-yard line. 7 yards in a hurry. Crofts' first catch, he leaned forward trying to get in. Logan defender was able to put him on the ground. First and goal from the 2. Larson turned, handed off. Olsen can't bring that runner down. That was Ramos. Ramos stayed on his feet, leaned forward. Wasn't protecting that football. He's lucky he didn't fumble. And he gains a yard, second down. He's holding that ball out there like a loaf of bread. 3 minutes to play in the half. I wonder if Coach Visser's going to let this clock run a little, then take a timeout. He's taking the timeout. They're going to talk about it with 2:53 to play in the first half. Logan 14, Logan 0, Mountain Crest 14, and the Mustangs knocking on the door. Second and goal from the 1 when we come back. Well, if you're playing, you want to make every play count. And if you're living life, you want to make every play count. Make every play count by hearing it all with Cache Valley Hearing and Audiology. Dr. Paul Danes brings the latest tech and unmatched compassion to every patient. He's got top honors like ACE Awards from AAA and ASHA. Friendly, precise, and local. Hometown excellence in hearing care with Dr. Paul Danes and Cache Valley Hearing and Audiology, a Game of the Week sponsor. Mountain Crest trying to punch it in. Hand it to Ramos again, standing up into the end zone. Good push up front by the Mountain Crest line. And the Mustangs extend the lead. Last week it was 5 touchdowns through the air for Larson. This week in the first half, it's 3 on the ground. 1 from Larson, 1 from Egbert, 1 from Ramos. Lishman on for the PAT. Kick's good with 2:53 to play in the first half. It's Mountain Crest 21, Logan 0. Planting season calls for quality seeds and trusted advice. You get both at Anderson Seed and Garden. Yeah, we're heading into the fall, then with the winter. Next thing you know, though, it's going to be spring and planting season again. Comes around every year, you know. Established in 1942 and run now by Mark Anderson, they serve gardeners with organic vegetable seeds, bulbs, shrubs, seasonal decor, and even garden wisdom weighed on an antique scale. That's the good folks at Anderson Seed and Garden, the Game of the Week sponsor. Mark, he's forgotten more about gardening than some of us will ever know. Mountain Crest 4 possessions, 3 touchdowns. Turn it over on downs on the other. Logan just hasn't been able to get anything going offensively. Mountain Crest defensively is living in the Logan backfield. We talked with Coach Butts about how his offensive line's a work in progress. The players that they lost last year were the guys up front. They return all those skill guys, but yeah, the offense and defensive line, those aren't the glamour positions, but they're the very important positions. They're like the tires on the car. Doesn't matter what kind of car you got, no tires on it, you're gonna have a lot of problems. Rivero looks downfield and gets it to Pingree. Pingree, great tackle by Muir. Pingree just couldn't make it miss. Timeout, Mountain Crest, they want the ball back. For Logan, Favero is 5 of 10 for 5 yards. Again, they've been trying on that to run that quick game and just do some of that short stuff, and Mountain Crest has been on top of it. They've taken a couple of shots deep, have the Grizzlies, but they've been unable to connect, and they haven't really had time to let anything unfold downfield. Mountain Crest tonight certainly looking like a complete team. And who's going to challenge Ridgeline in this region? And Mountain Crest is saying, why not us? The other games tonight, we kind of mentioned the scores earlier. Stansbury's at Uinta, Ridgeline's at Brighton, Tooele at Cypress, Green Canyon at Pleasant Grove, and Spanish Fork at Skyview. We'll get you those scores as we come back after halftime. Egbert showing blitz, now he backs out of it. Favero, protection, breaks down. Goes downfield for Graydon Olson, throws it a little high. And it'll be 3rd down. Favero should have just kept it and ran. And that's really easy for me to say from the safety of the booth, way up here. I don't have those big guys in orange chasing me and trying to take a bite out of me. 3rd and a long 12. Let's see if Mountain Crest dials up the pressure. Here's the crazy thing. They've been rushing 3 guys and dropping 8. And they've been getting Favero off of his spots with 3 guys. Now they're showing 4 and bringing 4. Underneath, Pingree had running room. It's off his hands and incomplete. Muir was trailing. That's a tough one. In fact, that wasn't Muir that was trailing. That was Camden Atkinson. That is, when somebody comes all the way across on that, you're trailing. That's so tough to defend that. Pingree had a couple of steps and had some space in front of him, and he couldn't bring it in. We didn't see that last week. Logan, their receivers were sure-handed. High snap. Get the kick away, but it's not going to be much of one. That touched one of the Mustangs, and then it's picked up and run down the sideline to the end zone for a touchdown. Brock Hunter picks it up after it touched one of the Mustangs on the bounce. He scoops it up 35, 36 yards and a touchdown. And it's only partly cloudy out there, but it's raining and pouring on the Logan sideline. Things going from bad to worse for the Grizzlies. Lishman back on the field for another PAT. Good snap, good hold, good kick. And with 2:17 to play in the first half, Mountain Crest extends the lead 28-0 over Logan. I heard a story about Old Grist Mill today. Before the game, there was a scrimmage. I think it was one of the Logan scrimmages earlier this year. They had about 350 people, with players, coaches, and the people that were there to watch. They needed something to eat, man, and they turned to Old Grist Mill. Old Grist Mill provided sandwiches like the brown bag special that Old Grist Mill has, right? The sandwich, the cookie, the chips, the drink. 350 people got their football fix, and they had a full tummy by the time it was all said and done, thanks to Old Grist Mill. So if you've got something coming up and you're wondering, what am I going to feed everybody? Why don't you try Old Grist Mill? Give them a call. They'll take care of it for you. Well, Mountain Crest, they've been eating. And I don't think they're full yet. They're up 28-0 on Logan. Logan gave Mountain Crest a monumental scare last year. Braden Larson got hurt in that game last year. Talking with Coach Visser, sounded like maybe Mountain Crest wasn't dialed in for that one last year. He's got him dialed in tonight. Because at least in this first half, they have been laying down a whooping. On that last series, it was 3 plays, and Logan had a couple of things developing. Then they had receivers drop the football. Logan, they just want to get back to the locker room and regroup. Bad snap, Favero. It wasn't ready for it. Everybody went, and the snap came late. It was short. Favero jumps on it, loss of 5.
Favero brought down in the backfield.
The Grizzlies are a work in progress, but this has been a bad half for Logan. I haven't seen them play like this in this half, like mistakes like that, just a lot of mistakes, mental mistakes. You know, last week, yeah, they got beat by just a bigger, faster, better team. But they hung in there, and Favero, Egbert blitzes up the middle and just lays waste to Favero. He gets rid of it and avoids a sack, but it's incomplete. It'll be 3rd and 15. Missed assignment up front on that one. The Grizzlies, they may just want to burn the game film of this first half. Coach Butts wants a timeout as the play clock was running down. 1:39 to play in the half, 28-0 Logan. Okay, this game's sponsored by KSM Music of Logan. They're your full-service destination for instrument sales, rentals, repairs, and lessons. Whether you're picking up your first guitar or fine-tuning your gear, KSM's expert team is here for everything musical. That's KSM Music, Game of the Week sponsor. Two of 5 on 3rd down for the Grizzlies, and those 2 first downs came by a penalty. And it's 3rd and 15. Screen. This time they execute it. They tried this on the last drive, and they just didn't have time. That time Favero stood in there, waited, took a pop, and delivered on 3rd and 15 for 19 yards. Biggest play of the night for the Grizzlies. So 1st and 10 for Logan with 90 ticks on the first half clock. They trail 28-0. Here comes Egbert again. Nobody put a hand on him. another sack. Second sack of the night for the Mountain Crest defense, and a loss of 5. Rivero, 5 carries, -7 yards. Of course, 2 of them sacks. He had one where he was on a design run, he got caught. Here they come again late. It's Egbert again. Takes him down at the 20-yard line, a loss of 9. And Egbert's hit, basically they're making a hole for him. They're running some stuff up front. Those linemen are making a hole for him, and then he's just running through it to the quarterback, you know, using his running back skills. 3 sacks in this first half for Mountain Crest, and the Mustangs call a timeout with 3rd and 24 coming up, 46.9 on the clock. They want to get this ball back and get it into running clock territory before the half. Talking to Coach Visser yesterday, I asked him about a lot of things, but I asked him about the region. He said, man, there's some really good football in Region 11, tough region. Skyview's 0-2, but a good 0-2 team, and they got going late last year. Green Canyon's played a tough schedule, and they're rebuilding. They're going to be tough. Ridgeline, of course, the cream of the crop, and they're the champs until somebody beats them, at least of the region. 3rd and 24. 4-man rush. Rivero across the middle. Grab, catch, run, and a pretty good gain. About 11 for Red. They wanted a late hit. You could hear this Mountain Crest crowd looking for like a late block, late hit. With 28.6 seconds to play in the first half, and Mountain Crest leading by 4 scores. There's a timeout on the field. It's going to be 4th and 12, and Nate Butts has a decision to make. You got 28.6 seconds left. You're down by 4 scores. Now here comes a flag. The Mountain Crest sideline and players are Coach Visser hollering, and they had to pull him off the field. He wants to know why there wasn't a flag, and they threw a flag, and the same official that threw a flag then threw his hat because he'd already thrown his flag, and Ryan Visser might be watching this game from the locker room. Let's see, he was hot. So what happened is, after the pass play, one of the Grizzly linemen was downfield. The runner's down, and the guy threw a block after the tackle's made. Really kind of, I think it was boom, boom, but it looked a little bit late. And Mountain Crest was not happy about it. And during that timeout, they took the time to holler about it. So they call an unsportsmanlike conduct on the Mountain Crest sideline. And they're going to call 2 unsportsmanlike conduct penalties on the Mountain Crest sideline. And they didn't throw anybody out. That's 5 15-yard penalties on Mountain Crest in this first half. And Logan now with the ball down to the Mountain Crest 38-yard line. I don't know, the way this first half is going, all this might do is make the Mustangs mad. They've done whatever they've wanted in this first half. Good time for Vivero. Unloads, looking for Nean, through his hands, and incomplete.
Vivero's pass intended for number 5, Caden Nean, falls incomplete.
Nean caught that ball last week.
2nd and 10.
It's just been that kind of half for Logan. That's a play number 5 usually makes. Had a little bit of contact going through there, but not too bad. And the bigger story is Favero had enough time to stand back there and throw a pass 30 yards down the field. Favero trying to get out of the pocket. He does, throws it away. 15 seconds to play.
Falls incomplete, pressure heavily on the Mustang defensive line. Kai Kaha and Neil Dewey. Third and 10.
Penalty-filled first half for the Grizzlies. 3 penalties. For the Mustangs, 3 penalties on the Grizzlies. 8 on Mountain Crest. This is the closest Logan's been to the Mountain Crest end zone all night long. Underneath to Nean, takes a wallop, hangs on, first down.
Favero's pass complete to number 5, Caden Nean, brought down immediately by number 1.
Logan calls timeout.
For the Mustangs.
Negan with his first catch. Favero now 9 of 19 for 45 yards. He's been sacked 3 times. 9.8 seconds to play in this first half. And Coach Visser's out on the field talking to the white hat now. I'm sure he's saying, you know, I'm real sorry about last time. It's unfortunate. Bruce, let's be friends. It wasn't Bruce Allen that Coach Visser was jawing with when he drew the penalties. I think it was the back judge. Coach Visser's still not super happy about something.
Mustang Mall, there are 9 seconds left.
First and 10 at the 28-yard line of Mountain Crest. Logan trying to get on the board before the half. They get the ball to start the second half. Clock winding down. Favero throws it away. 3.9, and this will be the last play of the half for Logan.
Great pressure again by number 3, Kai.
So when Favero's had time, he's had a hard time finding receivers. They try to get something downfield. It's pick your poison, right? You're trying to get something downfield. That defensive line and Carter Egbert from the linebacking core are living in your backfield. And then finally when you do get time, Mountain Crest has dropped 8 and they've got everything covered. They're going to try a field goal from 45 yards and it's blocked. Flags fly, so the half is zeros on the clock, but we won't end until we figure out what these flags are. There was a hit on the sideline, and that's because the guy that was returning, that caught the ball from Mountain Crest, started running like he was going to return it. And so Logan was, all right, well, we better get him out of bounds. They already returned one on us. But let's see what the call is. It should still be the end of the half. Mountain Crest leads 28-0, got their mitts on a 45-yard field goal try. Kick like that, you see them a lot of times. They're low and because they have to try to drive them. And Mountain Crest blocked it, then they picked it up. And I believe it was Hunter, the same guy that returned the punt for a touchdown. Scooped it up, and then he started running like he was going to run it back. And one of the Logan players knocked him out of bounds good and hard. It may have been after a whistle, but they're going to talk about it. I don't think it's going to be anything that adds another play, but let's see, because they're not telling the teams to leave the field. They're going to call this against Mountain Crest. But is it post kick? It was post kick. The flag came out way after. Unsportsmanlike conduct of Mountain Crest, another one. that's going to be the end of the half. My goodness. For Mountain Crest, 9 penalties in that first half. 6 of them the 15-yard variety. But they lead 28-0. Now wait a minute. They're bringing the defense back out on the field. So that wasn't post-possession? So Logan's offense is back out in the field. They get 1 play. Looking for the end zone. Nean's back there. Touchdown. So the penalty costs the Mustangs. The flag came out after the kick. After the guy had picked it up and was returning it. If it's I'll have to look to see what the call was on that, because it seemed like it was post-possession. Unless that was a third down. That may have been third down they were trying to kick that field goal. And then Logan gets it back. I don't know. See if we can get an explanation for that. And the PAT is up and good. And we go to the locker room, 28-7. Logan gets on the board, and they get the ball back to start the second half. You're watching the Game of the Week on the Valley Channel. Back in Hyrum, it's halftime on the Game of the Week on the Valley Channel as Mountain Crest plays host to Logan. The Mustangs lead the Grizzlies 28-7. That first half, all Mountain Crest until the last 30 seconds. In penalties, basically took Logan to the end zone. They had some penalties that got them all the way down into scoring territory. And then when it looked like they were going for a field goal, Logan, a late field goal on, it wasn't fourth down, and the field goal got kicked. We've been talking to everybody in the booth, the coaches here, nobody knows what that call was. It was the kick was blocked. It was picked up by Mountain Crest. The flag came in after the block and after it was picked up by Mountain Crest and returned, and then sportsmanlike was called. They gave the ball back to Logan, gave him an untimed down, and Logan scored a touchdown. And nobody knows why. So 28-7, Logan trails Mountain Crest. Logan with 55 yards through the air. Favero been under duress all half long, sacked 3 times, 10 of 21, 55 yards. And that touchdown to Nean, who had 2 catches for 20 yards. Birch had 3 for 21. Minus 17 yards rushing for the Grizzlies, 38 total yards for Logan. Mountain Crest dominating on the scoreboard and in the stats, 86 yards on the ground. Pretty level running game. Larson with 22, 30 for Huerta, Egbert for 29, all 3 of them with 5 carries. 150 yards passing for Braden Larson, 12 of 15 for that 150 yards. All 3 of their touchdowns came on the ground, and 1 came on a punt return. 236 total yards for Mountain Crest. Logan will get the ball to start the second half. See if that last drive gave them some confidence to operate on. See what adjustments they make. You know, Mountain Crest is going to be spitting fire after the end of that half. Here's Pendry right up the middle. Hit at the 20-yard line and taken to the turf. And that's where Logan will start the second half. And one thing I wonder, I had to have been addressed at the Mountain Crest locker room. 9 penalties, 6 of them the 15-yard variety in that first half on Mountain Crest. A couple of them cost him big plays, and one of them ended up costing him the touchdown, giving up a touchdown. Only the second touchdown Mountain Crest has given up this year. They start with the bunch to the far side and then spread out of it. And the left tackle moves early.
play.
Rogelio Chavez
False start on the Grizzlies.
gets out of his stance with a little bit of a twitch. And we start the second half, what do you know, with flags. Only 3 penalties called on Logan in the first half. That 3-man front out there again for Logan. Egbert acts like he's coming and then he backs out. Ward had it in his hands and then he spun around and dropped it.
Number 1, Will Ward, nearly brought down. Great coverage by number 2.
That's something that Logan has done tonight that they haven't done the last 2 weeks. Even in a rough game against Granger, they held on to the football. Their receivers were sure-handed. And tonight, there have been a lot of drop balls. Now, that one would have been a tough catch because the defender was draped all over Ward and he had to stretch all the way for it. But every ball counts in a game like this, and Logan keeping 2 backs in. You wonder if they'll keep them in. The block, they're going to run with it with a lead back, and they're going to lose 5 yards. Egbert firing through there. They have no answer for Egbert.
Backfield, Mason Burt's ball carrier.
Burt's 2 carries, -6 yards. The run game is just not there for Logan. It's 3rd and 20. 2 of 6 on 3rd downs for Logan. Egbert's playing that inside back or that middle backer position. He's just firing up one of the gaps. He's picking one and heading for the backfield. Here he comes again, right up the A gap, untouched. They run that little tunnel screen back all the way across. And a lot of running for a 1-yard gain for Red. Just never could find a spot to turn it upfield. And it's 4th down. Logan will kick, but their punter standing in his own end zone. Gets the kickoff, high kick. Bounces at the 40, then takes a Mustang hop. And down at the 36-yard line. About a 25, 26-yard punt. Sets Mountain Crest up in great field position. They lead 28-7, and they'll have the ball at the Logan 36. Braden Larson, 12 of 15 in that first half. 150 yards. I mentioned it before, 5 touchdown passes that last game. He hasn't been able to toss it to the end zone in this one. Larson underneath, has Crofts. Crofts spun around, loses the ball, and he was down 9 yards on the catch and run by Crofts.
Larson's pass complete to Trey Crofts. Brought down by number 5.
2nd and 1. Crofts running a little gingerly as he comes off. And they're taking a look at him on the sideline. Passy, Olsen, and Muir to the far side. Clemens to this side. They send Muir in motion. Larson keeps it. He's grabbed in the backfield. And he loses a couple.
Larson brought down in the backfield by Gaggle of the Grizzlies.
Coming off the field for Logan is Ezekiel Taylor, their defensive end, and he's holding his shoulders his arms kind of hanging down like maybe he's hurt his shoulder. That'd be a big ding for the Grizzlies. Taylor's played well for Logan so far in this young season. Mount Crest breaks the huddle with 10 seconds on the play clock. And the officials stop the clock. Manoleleua comes off the field for Logan. Now they start it again. Not sure why. Logan, everybody up on 3rd down and 3. Larson changed the play. He's going to put the ball in the air. Ball caught, first down.
Micah Clemens reaches forward.
Passy.
Good for another Mustang.
5-yard gain. And that was a nice grab. He used his hands. He caught it with his hands, didn't let it get to his body. He held it away from the defender, so the defender couldn't reach it. The defender was reaching, trying to slap it away. First down, Mountain Crest at the 25. They lead by 21. End around to Muir, but he's got blocking. Boy, does he ever. He was sprung at the 15-yard line, and it's going to come back. They're going to call a blindside block. I think it might have been Egbert with the block that sprung him. He put it right in the ear hole of the defender, and they don't let you do that anymore. It's on Mountain Crest.
Apparently it is a block in the flat on the Mustang.
You could hear that all the way up here. I think it was Egbert. He turned the corner and he just buried the only guy that had a chance at Muir. It didn't look like it was a clip from here. He put it right in his ear hole, but you can't blindside somebody either. And Coach Ryan Visser has already been pretty heated tonight about some calls. And there's another one. So it's going to back the Mustangs up to the 28, but it's going to be first down. So first and 13. Which is a lot different than a touchdown. Egbert's in the backfield, stays in the block. Larson throws underneath, knocked away from Muir by Red.
Larson's pass intended for Brady Muir.
Only the fourth incompletion tonight for Larson. Second and 13. Penalty wiping a Mountain Crest touchdown off the board. Their 10th penalty of the night. .130 yards in penalties for Mountain Crest. Egbert stays in. They roll the pocket. Larson's in trouble. Throws it back the other way. Passy on the jump ball, and it's knocked away. The defender was there, and Mason Red knocked it away from Passy. Passy tried to screen him out. Red did a good job to keep his arm free and swipe down and knock it away. And Larson was trying to run out of trouble. And he hung that one up there. I wonder if that was the call in the first place. Get everything going one way and then look for a guy coming back the other way. Because he knew where Passy was. Everybody up for the Grizzlies. Egbert in the backfield. Grizzlies sending 7. Larson steps up. Gets around the corner. Stays in bounds and then ducks out of bounds just inside the 20. It's going to be 4th and short.
Pushed out of bounds by number 50, Anthony Holmes.
After a gain of 10. Mountain Crest with their first possession of the second half, leading 28-7. 8:10 to play in this third quarter. The Mustangs giving up a touchdown on an untimed down at the end of the first half after a penalty. Everybody in tight. They're going to send Egbert out wide. Try to open up things in the middle. Larson rolls to his right, looks underneath. Room for Muir, but they stop him before he gets to the line to gain. He had some room as he turned it up. One of the Grizzlies came flying up and took out his legs. And it's going to be short by a yard. It was 4th and 3. They picked up 2. Mountain Crest turns it over on downs for the second time tonight. It's one of those things, be interesting that they watch that film and they You look at that and you tell your receiver, look, you got to know where you are. You got to get this a little deeper. You got to get to the chains. Depending on how they run that offense, right? So some things are timing type things, but you got to know where those chains are. Logan offense back on the field. And the flags fly, and Logan moves early. Four penalties for the Grizzlies. 20 yards. Egbert's coming right up the middle. And that was Egbert who couldn't get his hands on Favero.
Favero's pass was incomplete.
Egbert spent as much time in the Logan backfield tonight as Favero has.
Good pressure from the
They had
backfield.
Avila in there trying to chip him, and he just ran right over Avila. Second and 15, no turnovers tonight for either team. Play clock runs out just as the ball snapped. Turn and hand it off. And the best run of the night for Logan, Birch.
Zero Mason Birch
Picks up
on the
7.
carry up the middle. Good run. Brought down by number
That brings him into positive territory. 3 carries, 1 yard for Mason Birch. 3rd and 8. Favero has it batted up in the air. Mountain Crest can't find it.
Favero's pass tipped to the line of scrimmage.
It was Big Neil Dewey.
Great pressure.
He batted it up and then he was looking for it and he couldn't haul it in. That's twice tonight he's had the ball with a chance to
Brings
pick
up
it off.
4th down for the Grizzlies.
Big number 99 knowing why he plays nose guard now, besides the fact that he's the size of a truck. 4th down. This kick's going to go to the 50-yard line. Drop. And Logan looks like they're on it. What did I just say about no turnovers? Isom's had trouble tonight. He's let a couple of them slip through. And then that time, the Grizzlies were on it. Mount Crest defense says that's fine. We want to hit us some Logan guys again. We're on a bear hunt. Favero gets outside the pocket, tries to lead his receiver, and it's
Favero's pass
just out of the reach
intended for number 4,
of Red.
Good coverage by number 1, Brock Hunter.
1 of 5 in this second half for Favero. 7:10 to play in the 3rd quarter. 28-7, Mountain Crest on top. It's 28-0, and Mountain Crest looked like they had blocked a field goal at the end of the half, and then a call on an unsportsmanlike for against Mountain Crest gave the ball back to Logan, even though it was post play, and nobody really knows what happened on it. And Logan scored off that. Now Logan trying to get back in this ball game.
Complete to number 7, Chase Pingree.
Pingree picks up 8.
Brock Hunter in on the tackle. Brings up 3rd and 2 for the Mustangs.
Pingree, 3 catches, 8 yards. His first one went for 3. He was caught behind the line of scrimmage for -3 on his second, and that one goes for 8. It's 3rd down and 2, and obviously 4 down territory for Logan. Favero, jailbreak, going up top, looking for Ward. Ward can't come up with it as the defender is right there. It was Hunter.
Beautiful coverage by number 1, Brock Hunter for the Mustangs.
I mean, that was a jailbreak blitz for Mountain Crest as they were all coming.
Brings up 4th and 2 for Logan.
The Mustangs were locked up man-to-man outside. 4th and 2. 2 of 9 on the night on 3rd down for Logan. And now the crowd starts making some noise. 4th and 2. Give it to Birch. He's got the first down as he spins down to the 35, 36-yard line.
Birch on the carry. Good for a Grizzly first down.
So the Grizzlies showing signs of life. The drive stays alive. Mountain Crest on their last possession had a touchdown wiped out because of a penalty. Double-digit penalties for the Mustangs, 130 yards worth. Wiped out some big plays, but they still lead 28-7. Rivera quickly finds Pingree. Pingree pops it outside. Pingree inside the 20-yard line.
Rivero's pass complete to number 7, Jace Pingree.
14 yards and another first down for the Grizzlies.
First down for the Grizzlies.
Rivero 13 of 29 for 78 yards and a touchdown. This drive coming after the muff punt by Mountain Crest. Rivero looking. Throws a little wide of Ward.
For number 1, Will Ward.
Hasn't been much of a running game
Number 7
there for Logan for the second week in a row. 10 rushes, 30 passes. Minus 12 yards on the ground for Logan, which means they're actually plus 4 in this third quarter. 5:08 to play in the third and a 28-7 ball game. Mountain Crest with the lead. Logan trying to get back in this thing. And Favero's pass comes up a little bit short.
Pass falls incomplete.
Favero, the junior,
For number 7, Chase Pingree.
made the comment earlier. You can tell he grew over the summer. As they start blasting music in here, I don't know what they're doing. My goodness. You can tell he grew over the summer, and you can tell his arm is getting stronger. He's making throws that he didn't make last year. Olsen stays in the backfield to block. On 3rd down and 10, they go underneath. It's going to be 4th and short after the completion
Number 7,
to Pingree.
Which brings up a 4th down for Logan.
I guess we're going to do it again. They're hitting the music for the students here in between the plays. Fourth and 3 at the Mountain Crest 10-yard line. Favero looking inside, and his receiver slow coming out of the break. It's incomplete, and the Mustang defense turns Logan away, and they take over to the Mustangs at the 10-yard line with 4:57 to play in the third, leading 28-7. Logan's shown a few signs of life on their last, on 2 of their last 3 possessions. Mountain Crest would probably like to get a couple more scores on the board, turn this into a running clock, and get out of here. But the Grizzlies are not going quietly into the night. Larson going up top. Incomplete. Looking for Clements. It's just out of his reach. Clements and the defensive back were battling. Clements kind of got hung up with the DB a little bit. I think that was Meehan. Not sure. Let's see. No, that's Ozzie Fryer. Number 12 out there for Logan. Just a sophomore. Quick hit to Cale Olsen. Running that little screen and a gain of about a yard. It's going to be 3rd and long as the Logan defense rallies up.
Brought down by number 16, Peyton Wilkie.
4 catches, 55 yards for Cale Olsen. He's the leading receiver for Mountain Crest. The Mustangs 4 of 7 on 3rd downs. Everybody coming for the Grizzlies. Larson has to get outside. A lot of running room if he wants it. Larson gets away from Red, turns the corner, steps out of bounds.
Larson with a great scramble. Good for another Mustang.
18 yards and a 1st down. Larson coming into this game averaging almost 8 yards a carry. He's averaging 6 yards a carry tonight, 8 carries, 48 yards, and that was a big one. He steps out of bounds with 4:01 to play on the 3rd quarter clock. I mean, Logan's just selling out. Mountain Crest hits on something, it's going to go all the way, but Logan's doing a good job of getting upfield and attacking and tackling. It's a loss for Egbert on that play.
Tackling for a loss. 2nd and 11 for the Mustangs.
Loss of a yard for Egbert. This game looked like it might turn into a blowout. Logan scores right before the end of the half. Mountain Crest has a touchdown wiped off the board to start the 2nd half. It's still a 21-point game, 28-7. Mountain Crest still in control, but it feels different than it did earlier. Out to Muir. Muir picking up some blocks. Logan rallies. Muir picks up 3, and it's going to be 3rd down and about 8.
Number 17, Puma Bertha, picks up a couple for being forced out of bounds.
Logan in this 2nd half is just basically defensively, they're going for broke. They're lining up 6-7 guys along the front, and they're bringing them all. Gambling that they're going to get to the quarterback before he can get rid of it. This time they've got 6 up. The 7th linebacker. All 7 of them are coming. Looking downfield for Clements. Down Clements goes, trying to draw a flag, none coming. And it's 4th down. Larson took a hit as he gets rid of it.
Everything above board.
The way Logan is running that, coming after it, you sneak somebody around right behind the defensive line and in front of those linebackers, he may go for 100 yards. He'll just keep running. Mountain Crest trying to take advantage of that single coverage on the outside and can't do it. Now they're going to kick. Remember, they had a fake punt earlier. So they picked up 40 yards on. They're short a player, and they're going to have to hurry. They get it off, and this time they are going to kick it away. Larson, the punter.
Larson's punt
Hunter scoops it up
30-yard line.
at the 34 in the Logan offense.
For Logan.
Will take the field, trailing 28-7 with 2:19 to play in the third quarter. Ridgeline leads Brighton late in the third, 34-0. Green Canyon leads Pleasant Grove 13-6 in the fourth quarter. Last score we got out of Smithfield was Spanish Fork and Skyview were tied at 10. That was at halftime. We'll look for an update on that one. Logan back out on the field with their offense. Rivera looking up top to Nean. Nean catches it at midfield. Oh, they're going to say it's incomplete.
Intended for number 5,
He came down in his arms, and then he must not have been able to keep it all the way to the ground, and now he's on the ground. I wonder if he's got a cramp, and the Mountain Crest players are helping him out.
Tonight, our medical coverage being provided by the Logan Regional Orthopedics and Sports Medicine.
Trainers come out and say, "No, get away, let us do it." But you know what? Those guys are just helping each other out. I don't know. I like to see that.
And we have an adorable
These guys are all just playing a game, right?
Like
don't hate the player. You can hate the uniform, but don't hate the guy in it.
Appears to be the left shoe.
Nean hobbles off the field. Skyview leads Spanish Fork at the fourth quarter, 17-10. That one up the road in Smithfield. Favero has been able to find some time to throw here in this second half. Just as I say that, he gets walloped and throws one up for grabs. And the Mustangs come up with it. Tatum Page. The junior gets up and gets the jump ball. It was him and Pingree, and Page took it away. First interception of the night for Favero. His second of the season against 7 touchdown passes. So Favero's taking care of the football, but on that one, he really didn't have a chance. He got a helmet right in his gut just as he let it go. And it kind of wobbled out of there. Getting hit like that, it still went 20-some yards down the field. Larson's going to keep it in a design run. He cuts it back inside, doing a nice job of finding the opening.
Great, and Larson around the edge. Great blocking.
And working his way for 9.
Gain of 9, 2nd and 1 for the Mustangs.
Under 2 minutes to play now in this third quarter. Mountain Crest in Logan territory. Bringing everybody again. Larson trying to set up. Now he goes down. Loss of 9.
In the backfield by a group of Grizzlies led by number 3, William Tormey.
Second sack of the night for Logan. Logan's just selling out. They're just bringing everybody, more guys that can be blocked, and Mountain Crest hasn't found a play yet to defeat that. I mean, it's just a matter of numbers, right? If they're sending more than you can block. And Logan's got 6 up in the box again, and 6 of them are coming. Quickly underneath, they run the screen. Clements gets away. Look out! first down. No flags. And a gain of 17, and there's a flag after the play. And that one looks like it might go against Logan, judging by the Mount Crest reaction. You wondered when they were going to try to pull a screen. It hit right on the sideline, and the crowd erupted as the flag came out. But let's see who it's on. If it's post-play, it's still a first down. There's 2 flags down there. If it's after the play, it's still a first down. One of them could be a sideline warning because the Mountain Crest players came out across that white part.
And as we anxiously await the decision, I want to remind you both concession stands are open on either side of the stand.
Well, right now, it's about a 16, 17-yard game. We are going to have a nice long conference about this one. It looked like it was going to be a late hit on Logan. But the way the Mountain Crest sideline is reacting, there you go. And an unsportsmanlike on Mountain Crest.
Personal foul on Logan.
And it's first down. Both of them are post-play. So we start right there. I mean, Coach Visser's got something to talk about for sure in cleaning up this kind of junk. You know, we're not down there. What's happening? If you're yapping and they're calling it, then you quit. You got to quit yapping. Here comes everybody. Run the screen again. Huerta slips out of the backfield. Nice tackle to save a huge gain, as it was a gain of about 6. Red with a tackle.
Gain of 6 for the Mustangs.
Second and 4. Mountain Crest does have to run one more play before the end of the quarter. 30 seconds left in the quarter. Difference of about 12 seconds on the game clock and the play clock. Egbert's in the backfield with Larson. Logan with 5 coming this time. Larson's going to tuck it and run. Larson slips out of bounds at the 25-yard line. Picks up a first down with 9 seconds to play in the third quarter. 8 yards for Larson. Mountain Crest inside the 25-yard line of Logan. Logan bringing the heat. Larson steps out, a lot of running room. Race for the pylon, and Larson's going to win it. No flags. "24 yards for Larson.
Lishman lines up for the extra point.
Lishman has to double clutch, but they get it down and he gets it through. 35-7. Under a second left in the third quarter. Mountain Crest back out front by 4 touchdowns. If you're looking for a fence that your property can rely on, Custom Fence offers free estimates and expert installation. They've got chain link, wood, iron, vinyl, even custom kennels. Your project your way. That Game of the Week sponsor, Custom Fence. Next week we'll see Logan again. The way the schedule played out, Logan plays most of their games, home games, at the front end of the schedule. And then play a lot on the road second half. And so, you know, we always try to make that schedule. When we make that schedule, we try to do an even number of games for each Valley team. And so we've got Cedar at Logan next week. And then we see Mountain Crest again on September 12th against Skyview. Our first look at Skyview. And then again, the way the schedule works out, we get Skyview 3 weeks in a row. So we Skyview Mountain Crest, Green Canyon Skyview, and Ridgeline Skyview. As region play gets underway for these teams in Region 11 next week. Logan has one more non-region game. Logan will take over at the 20-yard line, trailing now 35-7 with .8 on the third quarter clock, the long third quarter. One thing that Mountain Crest we'll talk about and probably have to clean up is penalties. 10 so far in this ball game. Logan with 5. I guess the good news is 2 penalties on Logan in the third quarter and only 1 on Mountain Crest. Good news meaning only 3 total penalties after having 12 in the first half between them. Logan's moved the ball a little bit better here in this second half, but they haven't been able to put points on the board. They go to Graydon Olson on the quick little pop to the tight end. He picks up 9, and that'll be the end of the third quarter. Mountain Crest 35, Logan 7 on the game of the week. Hey, for a post-game treat, swing by a Wendy's in Logan with value-packed meal deals from the classic Biggie Bag to their awesome Frosties. They've got locations right off North Main and South Main. You are covered at Wendy's. Don't miss it. Wendy's is right there supporting our high school athletes all season long. Hometown pride, one meal at a time. The Wendy's of Logan, the Game of the Week sponsor. Logan with 82 total yards through 3 quarters of play. That means they had 44 in that third quarter, which was 6 more than they had in the whole first half. $145 yards rushing for Mountain Crest, 193 on the ground. Under 340 yards for them. There's a sack as Favero is walloped by Huerta. Then Huerta helps him up. 4 sacks now by Mountain Crest. A loss of 8. Logan's 2 of 9 on third down, and here's another third down. Bunch formation to the near side, 1 receiver to the far side. Logan's line moved. Mountain Crest line flinched as well, but defensively, you can flinch. You can't do it offensively. So that's going to back them up 5 more. It's going to be 3rd and 14.
False start to call on Logan.
I've got a neighbor that's an official for high school football, has been for years. I like to bounce things off him, find out what's what. I can't wait to talk to him about that call at the end of this half to find out what that's all about. That's led to Logan's only touchdown of the game. On 3rd and long, the pitch and catch to Graydon Olson. It was 3rd and 14 and a pickup of 16 and a first down.
Brought down by a combination.
Veros the junior.
And but not before a first down for the Grizzlies.
2 catches, 25 yards for Olson. Vero's just a junior. He's got this year and another year. I mean, he's made a big leap this year. He's been under a lot of pressure tonight. 16 of 35, 110 yards and a touchdown and an interception to go along with it. But he's thrown seven touchdowns this season to 2 interceptions. And up, number 3, and this one's going to be a house call.
No flags on the play.
Spoke too soon. Jinxed poor Easton Favero. He'd only thrown 2 picks in 3 games, and there he just threw a pick 6. That's his second pick 6 of the year. Threw one last week against Granger, but I mean, Logan's been playing from behind the last 2 weeks. They've had to put the ball up a lot. That's the 36th throw. And that one was in harm's way, and it's taken back for 6. Now we're in running clock territory with a 35-point lead for Mountain Crest, 42-7, with 10:18 to play. You're watching the game of the week on the Valley Channel. If you're craving clarity and sharp hearing, visit Cache Valley Hearing and Audiology on North Main in Logan. Led by Dr. Paul Danes, one of only 8 board-certified audiologists in Utah. They deliver expert personalized care because every cheer, every word, and every moment matters at Cache Valley Hearing and Audiology. You heard me right. Paul Danes is one of only 8 board-certified audiologists in the state. He's right here in Logan, Cache Valley Hearing and Audiology. Muir's been quiet offensively. He picks that one off. The junior, 6 feet, 180 pounds. And makes the house call, Dr. Muir. Mountain Crest now up 42-10.
First and 10 for the Grizzlies.
Grizzlies, this was not over, but you know they're going to lick their wounds and play Cedar City next week. Then they've got Northridge before they finally start region season against Ogden. Union, Ben Lomond, Ogden, Grantsville, Morgan. The 5 schools there. Got to check that schedule. They've got Cedar City. No, this is 3, 4. Yeah, they do. They have one more. They've got North Cedar City, then Northridge. They fake the little screen and then go up top, and then Favero throws it out of bounds. Second and 10, and the clock runs. Again, the way that rule works on a 35-point lead for one of the teams in the second half, you'll get a running clock. Birch joins Favero in the backfield. And Favero rolling away from pressure, and he throws back the other way, just over the hands of Dewey. And Birch ends up losing a yard. They try to get Mountain Crest going all one way. Favero turned around, there's all 6'4" of Dewey, and so he had to loft it over him. And it took a long time to get to the hands of his receiver, and Mountain Crest defense able to rally and knock it down for a loss. Third down. 3 of 10 on third down for the Grizz. Mountain Crest rushing 3. Rivero sneaks out, throws it across the middle to Nian, and he's hit. And the ball goes over his head and incomplete. Nian's been quiet, 2 catches, 20 yards. He was everywhere last week against Granger. And this Mountain Crest defense is no joke. They fly around. They've got pretty good size as well, and they hit. This is a pretty good punt, still rolling. Finally kicks out of bounds at about the 34-yard line. About a 45, 46-yard punt. Mountain Crest will take over, leading 42-7. The starters stay out there for the Mustangs. Next week, Mountain Crest is at Ridgeline. That should be a ball game. Then they have Skyview, then they have Stansbury. That is a tough 3-game stretch. Mountain Crest has Stansbury and Skyview here at home. They're on the road against Ridgeline. Handed off to Cruz Ramos. And he fights forward for a couple. 4 carries, 7 yards. Ramos. And the Mustangs back on the ball. Now handed to Egbert. Egbert into the secondary. First down. As he picks up 8. His first carry of the second half. 6 carries, 7 yards. Manoleleua taking him down, the big junior. Leiluna Manoleleua for Logan, big number 99. Logan wants a timeout, so they'll stop the clock on the timeout. This is Mountain Crest 42, Logan 7. Whether you're growing a patch of rainbow carrots or tackling lawn care, Anderson Seed and Garden is your Logan go-to, offering certified organic seeds, fertilizers, pesticides, tools, and plenty of old school charm in their historic storefront. Anderson's Seed and Garden is the place to go for help in your garden. 1st and 10, pitch it out to Muir. Nope, that's a different running back this time, 19, not 12. That's Nate Wells. His first carry, picks up 3.
2nd and 7 for the Mustangs.
Stansbury beat Uinta 48-0. Ridgeline beat Brighton 41-0. That was at Brighton. Tooele loses to Cypress 42-14. 6 minutes to play in the ballgame in Smithfield. Spanish Fork and Skyview tied at 17. Give it to Wells. Wells bounces it outside. Still on his feet, picks up a block downfield. Wells inside the 20. 34 yards.
Great downfield blocking by Micah Clemens. Good for another Mustang.
2 carries, 37 yards now for Wells, and the Mustangs are in business at the 15-yard line of Logan. In a running clock game, 42-7, Mountain Crest out in front. Green Canyon beat Pleasant Grove 13-12. That one was down at Pleasant Grove. So that was a tight game. Skyview in a tie game right now. No drama here in this one. Mountain Crest in control. Larson slips out of the backfield, throws it for the end zone, wide of his intended target, and incomplete.
Larson's pass intended for number 4 in a great cross. Keaton Avila on coverage for the Grizzlies. 2nd and 10.
Second and 10. Hand it to Wells. Stop, go fast, go down at the 1.
Great play by the offensive line.
Did they call that a touchdown? They sure did. The official on the sideline down there on the far side came running in and spotted at the 1. The other came over and said touchdown. 16 yards for Wells and a TD. Three carries, 53 yards for Wells, all on this possession. Lishman's kick is good. 49-7. The Mustangs 1 point away from their scoring average on the season as they lead Logan big on the game of the week. Hey, you remember when bread was made naturally, right? You know, like Grandma used to make it, or Mom. With the old grist mill, they bring back that tradition. They're simple, wholesome breads made with fresh milled, high-protein wheat. It's got that rich flavor. You can go in and try a free slice of hot bread, and you will taste the difference. Old Grist Mill's Logan's home for quality bread and more. A Game of the Week sponsor, Old Grist Mill. Cowboy night here at the corral. They all got their straw hats on down below us. Now Crest getting set to kick off. This one's returnable. Picked up at about the 6. Look out! Pingree. A race for the end zone, and they're going to catch him just inside the 5. Jace Pingree takes it all the way back to the 5-yard line before he's pushed out of bounds. Logan 1st and goal. Mountain Crest with 3:31 to play in this ball game. They lead 49-7. They've got 206 yards on the ground, 193 through the air, 399 total yards. They've got a punt return for a touchdown. They've got an interception return for a touchdown.
Timeout, Mountain Crest.
And Mountain Crest wants a timeout. 49-7, Mustangs lead. 3.5 to play in the ball game on the Game of the Week. Listen, it may be just because I'm a little hungry, but I think I'm looking for a win-win. You know what a win-win is? It's heading over to Wendy's in Logan. Whether it's North Main or South Main, they've got fresh, never frozen beef, stacked meal deals like that value pack biggie bag, and even kids meals for the little fans or for the fan with the tinier tummy. Great fuel before or after the game. Don't forget, they're out here backing our local high school athletes. True MVP support from Wendy's of Logan. Grizzlies, after the kick return, set up a 1st and goal on the 5-yard line. Favero firing for the end zone, touchdown. Meehan. 5 yards in the score, 2 touchdown passes now for Favero. Both to Meehan. And he's got 3 catches, 25 yards, and the 2 scores. Kick up and good. 49-14, Mountain Crest still in control, but the Grizzlies still punching on the game of the week.
49, Logan 14.
Well, Mountain Crest has come out in this one focused right from the start. Got up big on Logan early. Logan scored right before the half, and then they just scored after that long kick return to make it 49-14. Keeping our eye on that Skyview Spanish Fort game. 2 minutes left in that ball game. Skyview leads 20-17 over Spanish Fort. Spanish Fort, the Dons, if I remember right, they're the team that beat Ridgeline last year in the semis. Shocker. I mean, I saw Ridgeline all year and wondered if they were the best team in the Valley, including the team up at the university.
Number 85, Zeke Taylor.
Nothing better than the lights on Friday night, and now they've started on campus. Aggies playing UTEP tomorrow, and the Bronco Mendenhall era gets underway. Let's see what kind of turnout there is for the Aggie fans. They're wearing those awesome Battle Cattle helmets tomorrow in that ball game. The white helmets with the blue, look like Holstein cattle, dairy marks on it, the whole dairy cow. Those things are fantastic. Hand it to Wells, who had 53 yards on 3 carries last time. And this time he's submarined down after a much shorter carry, a gain of 3. Still, he's 4 for 56. 14-yard average and a touchdown. Not bad. Clements comes off a little late. Isom in. Spread look. Wells in the backfield with Larson. Handed off to him again. Stops, tries to cut back inside, and Logan's there to shut it down. And a loss of 2. It's going to be 3rd and long.
Wells on the carry, brought down in the backfield.
Dips under 2 minutes. 49-14, Mountain Crest firmly in control. They're going to move to 3-0. They'll start region play at Ridgeline next week. That should be a heck of a battle. Ridgeline is, well, they just reloaded. They didn't have to reload much. They brought back most of their guys. Mountain Crest brings back most of their guys. They're the measuring stick, Ridgeline. At least in this region and maybe in all of 4A. Larson throws it behind his intended receiver on 3rd and 9. 18 of 30 by my count for Larson. Mountain Crest not really worried about it. It's 4th down, it's a running clock. They can run this thing down to 40 seconds before they have to punt it. And they're going to bring everybody over to the sideline. And probably call a timeout right before Clock runs out, or maybe take the penalty. I don't know. What's one more? As many as they've had here tonight. Coach Visser telling me earlier this week, when talking about Braden Larson, he goes, you know, he's gotten pretty good at reading the defense and taking what is given to us, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to take what they give us. Feels like they did that tonight. The Mustangs dictated what was going on out there. And they're going to walk away from this 3-0. Logan will drop to 1-2.
Wells lined up the punt for the Mustangs.
Wells is back to punt. It's been Larson most of the night. They had a fake punter earlier in the evening. They got 40 yards on it. Now a flag. Mount Crest have too many players on the field.
Flag on the play.
Yeah, they got 12 out there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Lincoln Alley, sophomore, scoots off. And Mountain Crest will punt now. This one, a short one off the side of the foot of Wells, and it scoots out of bounds at about the 32-yard line. Logan with a short field. Sure, they'll try to put some more points on the board. It's the most points Mountain Crest has given up this season, 14. Before tonight, they'd given up 8. One came on an untimed down after a penalty call that was unclear to everybody that I asked about what it is, what it was, and the other after a long kick return that set up Logan first and goal at the 5. 3-man rush. Favero over the top. Nean's got another. Oh, I wondered if he had another cramp because he went down and was kind of flailing around, and that's going to be it. Clock doesn't stop because of the difference in score. Mountain Crest on top early and often. 49-14 the score in this one. We're back at Logan High next week as they host Cedar City. Mountain Crest heads on to Ridgeline. We hope you enjoyed the Game of the Week on the Valley Channel. This is Eric Olson saying we'll see you next time on the Game of the Week.